Prince of Chaos. Caer du Nord. This is the capital, the castle of the north. All hail King Mathor, that evil son of a bitch. Here's the game's villain, Prince Nimon. I am Mathor's bastard, but the throne should be mine. I will lead the army, not you, Kens. Want to fight about it? Not yet. Coward. Here's Princess. Secretly, I am the Kempish diplomat. I want peace between Kemp and Erdasia. Please accept our offerings of peace. Yay! Marry me, maybe? Together we can end this war. Here's my real face. Let's party! I'm a princess of Kemp. Free my sister? So the main character, Kens, is in like a love triangle between these two princesses, the second and fourth member of the party. And the third one is his uncle. So we got a hero, a healer, a wizard, and a knight or a fighter as the fourth party member. Now we can try to fight this guy. Might as well grab some items first. Axe, that's an upgrade for Maris, the warrior princess. Potion. Loot everything, always, right? A shield. And we can do the handy customize feature. She is the huntress. Keelan is a bow, Pesci has a cane, Kens and Amaris use swords. Amaris using an axe right now. Let's fight him. Prince Nimon, the Prince of Chaos. The first fight against the Prince of Chaos. Ninja Nimon. This is his first form out of like 3 or 4 that we're going to fight. So let's just focus on him. Let's kill Prince Nimon. Why don't we? Custom animation on Kens' special sword. Lots of damage from that fire attack. Kaylin not so great at attacking. Oh, we got some low hit points here. But Kaylin is a healer. She can heal herself. You guys just keep doing what you're doing. Guarding is kind of a useless skill that these soldiers have. But they're low-level soldiers, so they don't need great skills. Guarding is okay. We'll let them do that. Just waste some time. There's actually a lot of MP on these characters, so they can pretty much just use spells all the time. I never had to use MP potions on my earlier playthroughs. And I've played this a few times. I've balanced it out, this game that I made, which is a lot of fun, using RPGMaker, which is like basic JavaScript, but I used a lot of the art files you can see that are standard. I kind of just wrote the game, balanced all the monsters, made all the maps, the events, the cutscenes, used the story of my novel Prince of Chaos to be represented in the game, which is a lot of fun to kind of go through those chapters and make it into a game. Definitely been one of my dreams. It's a game just like Final Fantasy 1 or Pokemon, if you will. Just a simple turn-based role-playing game, which were originally Ordasian armor, very strong armor. Influenced by Dungeons and Dragons originally, these role-playing games that came out in the 80s and 90s. You ain't seen the last of me. See me on the road to Kemp. Now he disappears, because that's an event with a switch on, so he's gone. We beat him. This is the king. You don't want to mess with him. Should we bow before him? I guess so. We don't like the way that goes. But he's a tough one. So if I heal up a little bit, I might be able to beat him. All right, now we can try to beat the king. And it's not really beating him. It's just like beating his guys, his guards, these soldiers we fought last time. So we'll get some more experience here. Kens and Amaris are going to learn spells later on in the game. Right now, all they can do is just whack people with the attack. Kaylin right now can only attack because she's a healer, but she becomes like a wizard or a black mage a little bit, so she will get some offensive spells eventually. She can also use swords too, so her attacks become okay later in the game. Her scaling's not great though. The scaling is different for every character. So Amaris is really tanky. She's got 600 something hit points. Pesci's decently tanky, 600 right now. Kaylin is lower hit points. Ken's is like in between the wizards and the fighters. Whoop. Don't want that. Just want a normal attack. Kill these guys. Guarding will make it hard to kill them, but it's just biding time for the inevitable. You will be defeated. Alright, level 4 already. We're flying up the ranks, getting lots of experience here, doing tough encounters. Where are we at? Okay, we're pretty good on health, but I'll heal a little bit. Since I said I am starting to run out of MP a little bit since I rebalanced it. Now we're running out of MP. There are some random encounters down here too, I believe. Here's some prisoners. Free us, please. You actually can't free them. Spoiler. Which is too bad. That's just a sad thing, you know? Give her that ring. Those ghosts are a little tough. But let's kill this guy. Ooh, skip that. Torve. So this is a comrade of Ken's, but he's guarding the dungeon. We want to steal all the stuff in the dungeon. So Ken's is technically from here. He's the Lord of Waters, but he's rebelling against his king. So we're going to steal the king's stuff because Ken's has been freeing these princesses, and he wants to help out Kemp. Oh wow, that was a crit. All right, so fire crit from Pesci. We got the Ardasian axe. Carry on, brother. Just doing my duty. So he's gone now, but he's a comrade of Ken's. Ardasian armor there. What else did we get? Oh yeah, the axe can only be used by Maris. Might as well fight these ghosts. So that fireball has become a lot stronger. It scales, and it has some random chance, like a critical hit, which wasn't in the game's design, but I decided to include that just to make the game more dynamic, more fun. So attacks can crit a little harder. Spells like healing and fire can crit a little harder, which sometimes makes the game easier. But enemies have these spells too. The ghosts are difficult, so I gave them the escape uh, skill, so they'll randomly just disappear. Um, and yeah, that about does it for the castle, the capital of the north of Rhodesia. Now we can go to this town, talk to some people. These graves are rebels who died fighting against Mad King Mathor. He's a tyrant, I tell you. Why would you serve him? So Ken's currently serves him, kind of, you know, being a rebel and all. That bastard Nimon is a real prince of chaos. Har har har. Little inside joke at the name of the game. Finest Rhodesian steel. So these northerners are known for their steel. And we already got some armor. We'll buy another armor because we can afford it. Armor is very important, you know. The other things aren't as important. Maybe a ring. for someone, and I can buy that, so I'll get that too. And this lady, just 10 gold. All the inns are just 10 gold. I actually copied these. The inn, the item keeper, item seller are the same for each town. They just have different items and different weapons and armor, but it's like the same guy, the same event that pops up in each town because you don't need that much variety. It's okay. Phoenix Downs, they're gonna revive your guys. Remedies are gonna cure all your status effects, which there aren't many of. There is a vampire bite later in the game that will give you status effects of poison. And then there's blind also from lightning lance later in the game. So thank you. Come again, like Apu from The Simpsons. Times are hard and you're afraid to pay the fee. Well, I'll find myself somebody who can do the job for free. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. All right, Steely Dan reference there. So that's this town. It's a depressing town, as you could see. There's like graves and skeletons and holes and stuff because the people are not treated well around here. Um, but yeah, so this is a tough fight, but I'm all healed up. I got decent levels, as you can see. Yeah, Pesci's pretty beefy, so is Amaris. Kalen's a little squishy. But here we are in Denor Arena. Welcome to the arena, prepare to die. And he's gone. So this is Barrick. He's been captured. He is a Kemp. He's from the south, but he's been captured, forced to fight in this arena. I am bloodless Barrick. You'll never beat me. I'm Kemp's finest fighter, trapped as a slave. And here we go. We got no choice. We gotta fight Barrick. All right, so let's attack. Did you get a fire spell? You got a fire spell, Kalen. He got Spark, so that'll hit all enemies, but we don't need it right now. And we'll do attack. Yeah, he hits hard, and that's a triple attack. So I feel like I balanced these pretty well. You don't need to do a ton of grinding, but you should explore most of the stuff. Um, and so, you're pretty well balanced to just go ahead, take on the story encounters of the game. Don't need to grind. So we should be ready for this. Haven't even had one encounter out on the world map. But we should be fine. Even though this is kind of a tough encounter, he's got some high defense. And Kalen just went down. So maybe I should have done a little bit of grinding. But I think we'll be okay. Because the game's not super challenging. Got lots of potions. Got several Phoenix Downs. Let's just keep plugging away here. Ooh, he's giving it to us. He has a high defense, so we're not doing much damage to him. Maybe the secret is to cast some spells at him. And maybe these guys should just be healing then. And let's see, can she do some more damage like that? We do more damage there. And the potion over here. Ooh, Kalen again going down. So the enemies are random. They'll sometimes do a triple attack, they'll sometimes do a single attack, but he hits really hard. And this guy actually you fight twice. So here you're kind of underleveled to fight him. He's really hard, high defense, high attack. And then later in the game, you're going to fight him at a bridge. And he's going to be the same guy because I didn't change him, his same stats, but he should be weaker then comparatively to the party. But yeah, so right now it's hard. Later it'll be a little weaker. There may be a secret about this guy, what he means to the party. It's like a mini boss. All right, and we did it. So we beat that guy. Merman Scimitar, nice attack. So Amaris becomes like a knight or a paladin. She can heal now. Fighter with some heal abilities. Never give up, Kemp. Never surrender. So he really loves those two princesses, Kaelin and Amaris. Let's do some healing here. The Fishman's got a lot of hit points. He's a good character because he's beefy and he can cast spells. So what more do you want? The spells Do a ton of damage. And here is the rebels. We're rebels. Don't blame us. Mathor sucks. And you got potion. So they're digging for gold here. These little patches tell me that I can transport. Didn't put items in there. Didn't think that far ahead. This is the rebel base. You found us. Don't tell King Mathor. Please, we know you're rich. Can you spare 100 gold for the rebels? We'll make it worth your while. Use a pimp. Pimp cane. Alright, then he disappears. Because if he was still there, I could do that forever. But I got a pimp cane, which is a really good weapon. It has interesting stats. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. It increases luck. So luck is like dodging and crit chance. That ring. Equip that ring. Asian armor. Very nice. Some of these things I didn't actually equip. Don't have any robes yet. Nothing better for the casters to be wearing his robes. This is a little bit of a tough dungeon. Boku bucks, lots of gold. Zombies are kind of tough. They have vampire bite. All right, so let's see. Ken's gonna attack. Kaylin, fire. Too bad she doesn't have spark, but this guy has spark because that's what you want to do. You want to hit all these guys when you got 4 targets. Hit them all at the same time. They got some pretty good defense. I think they randomly run away because they're hard. Not super challenging at this stage in the game, but they can be potentially if you're weak. And keep doing spark. The vampire bite, that's the one you want to look out for. So it's a spell, but it scales off of physical attack. See, big attack. Oh yeah, see, vampire bite, that healed them. Maris is now poisoned, and she's down to 1 hit point. A lot of damage there. Let's do a big heal. And spark. And attack. So yeah, these zombies can be tough. It's getting a little bit thrilling here. The heal is not looking as great as it once was, just because Amaris has so much hit points. But let's start healing people, right? Let's not use... Yeah, the MP is flowing down too, so I scaled this pretty well. There is some challenge, some strategy required. It used to be that the MP would last forever. You never needed to worry about that, but now I'm thinking about a heal. Each one of those dropped a Phoenix down, which is really good. That's great loot. But yeah, now she is running out of MP. Fortunately, Ken's can also heal, so everybody's got to dip into their mana pool a little bit. She's got a lot of hit points, over 1,000. And yeah, one more demon robe. All right, very cool. They'll take that demon robe and that demon claw. So attack, agility, and luck, and defense and magic attack. All right. I don't have an antidote, which I probably should have put some of those in the game that you can loot, but you can buy them from town. So if you go all the way back to town, you can buy antidote, or you can just rest. If you rest, you're going to get rid of those status ailments. Okay. Does everybody have a ring? Yeah. I think so. Really? Interesting. Luck is high there. Luck is high on Azur's sword, Ken's sword. Versus the Ardasian axe, which just hits people really hard. Alright, here we go. Try to plow through this encounter. Don't need a heal. Just want to attack. Lasso potions. We can take this and go explore, or we can get another random encounter. Big crit there, because Ken says the big crit chance. Or maybe the Merman Scimitar does. He has the Merman Scimitar, so that's a good crit chance as well. And I think Ken's has a high crit chance scaling, so as he levels up, he gets more crit chance. Fire, yes. Spark. Heal yourself. You keep getting poisoned, Damaris. You have a low constitution score. Failing your constitution saving throws. Alright, now we're wrecking these guys, which were once fairly challenging. You're just gonna wait. Yep, that's what some noobish enemies will do. Not super challenging. Strong stats, but I didn't want to make them too crazy. They're actually good for farming Phoenix Downs. Here's a bunch of sailors, the Evermont. An invincible fortress. Do you feel safe? Alright. Rest at the inn. Get that status effect off. The same little song as before. Yeah, that makes you faster. Those are pretty good. I don't have a ton of money. Maybe I actually want to buy a remedy. But I can sell stuff too. So yeah, this stuff is all really expensive. So let me sell all this crap. Or let me sell this. And we can sell them for a lot because it's not like some RPGs where you sell for a small fraction, you can sell for a good amount. So definitely want one of those. And then maybe some of these. Alright, fancy hat, merman shield. Fancy hat, merman scale mount. Maybe I want a ring too. Rings are over here. Ooh, they do not sell rings. Okay, so is that last slot? Where the dice go. Yeah, let's get a dice that increases luck. So she definitely wants that. The game didn't know because the game was just thinking about the accessory adding defense, but that increases luck. So that's even better. Luck increasing your dodge and your critical hit chance. That whirlpool, let's interact with that, and that'll transport us to a new zone. This, oh wow, and I can just go right through that. That's pretty cool. Now we're at the border, so we're actually getting some Kempish enemies. The people from the south, where the princesses, Kaelin and Amaris are from. They're a little bit harder. Instead of fighting Ardasians, you're fighting Kemps. So those Ardasians are, they wear armor. They're very warlike. They want to go to war. They're invading Kemp. These people are hit and run, kind of like ninjas, archers, people who hide in the shadows. They like to party a lot. They don't like to fight. So they're kind of like opposites. Got your warlike people and your people who love to party. And yeah, let's disembark there with an interaction button. Didn't put anything in that town. This is the barrack fight. These mermen are kind of hard. I've had to scale them back a few times. Excuse me. But we can take them out. I think they have pretty good loot too. They used to have really high defense. They used to hit really hard. Looks like magic works pretty well against them now. And their defense doesn't look super high. Maybe I was just critting. Yeah, so that's some decent damage. And they got Vampire Bite. Vampire Bite is huge. Gives you poison, steals health. Um, I might use Maris to heal, but she's not the best healer. But she can't attack with magic. I'm going to use Kaelin to attack with magic and Amaris to heal. Maris being that paladin of sorts. Ken's is kind of like that too, because he's a fighter who can heal, like a paladin archetype. Kaelin, let's get back to healing. That's what you do best. High magic stat. Pesci does not heal. He's an offensive spellcaster, like a wizard. Alright. Oh, yeah, the Merman Scale Mail. They always drop that. In one of my D&D games, the party got the Merman Scale Mail, and they sold a bunch of it because it was made of gold. And, you know, this coveted resource that was in this place called the Wilderwood. And we're about to go to the Wilderwood soon. Welcome to Stronghold Stravir, Ardasia's largest fortress. We're ready to march to Kemp. Alright, so this is still Ardasia in the north. Get rid of that status ailment, that poison. With the rest, get my health back. Alright, there's actually some cool stuff at this shop. But I can't afford it. Too poor for that. So to get all the best gear, you sometimes have to grind a little bit. But you can mostly survive without maxing out at each shop. In some games, you kind of just have to wait and grind for a while, but not in this game. You don't need to wait too much. It doesn't take you too long. The game is maybe 2 hours total gameplay. Merman Scale Mail is really good. I don't know how some people aren't using that. The Kempish archers drop those bows. Let's see, who wants to use this? Defense and magic attack. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, we'll sell that. Shopping, favorite thing to do in games, which some people don't like the shopping because it slows things down. But it's fun, you know? It's like a fake economy. Alright, if you can't get enough of the real world economy, then you can embrace the fantasy economy. I'll get my revenge for Kemp. So this is Barrick. He's back. And we're a bit stronger now. TP, I don't know what that means. On all the way on the right, technique points. That's put in by RPGMaker. But I don't really know what it does. I think it's supposed to be some type of overdrive, limit break, like super move type thing. But it goes up when you use attacks. But I don't know how to cash it out or to use the TP. So let's just hit this guy with everything we have. Single target attacks, fire, and sword strikes to take him down. Barrack, the shield of Kemp, the sword of the south, as it were. And then something special might happen when we beat him. Who knows? We might have a little event. Not a full-blown cutscene, but a little event that triggers when we defeat this guy. So let's take him out. It's a big turning point here. Yeah, I mean, you had your double attack, but it did, like, no damage, so a little underwhelming. We took you out that time. We were much stronger. Our scaling was great. Yarg, Merman, save me! You've killed me, Barrick. So this is Pesci, Uncle Pesci. He just got stabbed by Barrick as Barrick was going down. He stabbed Pesci. Pesci is dead. Pesci, can't say I'm sorry. You Erdasians enslaved me. Amaris, I love you. So, yeah, Barrick was enslaved. He fought his way to freedom, killed Pesci to do it, and professing his love for Amaris. Okay, princesses, I love you lasses. Let's kill the Prince of Chaos for Kemp. So, look at that. Barrick is now in the party. And that's a big change. He's level 7. Maybe I should have made him level 8. But, you know, he's got a dragon shield now I equipped him with, and he came with some good gear. Merman Scimitar, dragon shield. Did he have many skills? He came with a heal and a vampire bite. So he's your first taste of a vampire bite. Drain HP, chance to poison. He's got a lot of hit points. And he hits really hard. So yeah, thrilling. And I can cross to Kemp. Now this is a tough fight here. But maybe I'll show off the new party. We're the Guardians of Kemp. Turn back now, or by ice be damned. So these are the sorceresses, the storm witches, that are guarding the bridge to Kemp. So we crossed the water gate, and now we are in Kemp. And Barrick looks like a little anime guy. Big steal of HP, but that was half of his MP, so half of Barrick's magic is gone on that one attack, which would heal him, but it also does a ton of damage, so you can just use that to dish out some damage. You don't even need to use it to heal him. And we got no more wizard, but we got, you know, a fancy fighter in the mix now. And Amaris is going to learn more spells. So Amaris and Kalen are going to be big casters. Ken's has some spells too. As we get into the end game. And you can't even do Vampire Bite anymore. You can only do Vampire Bite once. With the amount of MP that Barrick has. Alright, they have some high evasion apparently. But we took out one because Barrick did 700 damage with one Vampire Bite. Pretty bonkers. Kalen, let's do some healing maybe. Attack, attack. He hits hard. Ken's hits hard. Not so much for Maris there. Good thing you're healing yourself already. I thought I made these storm witches a little harder. Jeez Louise. This is supposed to be a tough one. The vampire bite is super strong now. I did that for the enemies and for the characters. Heal all. Alright, yeah, heal yourself. So that's a spell we don't even have yet that Kalen is going to get soon to heal everybody in the party. Very handy. Alright, and there we go. It was a little bit thrilling. It was a little bit more involved. Emerald Tunic. Kemp, we failed you! Alright, now we're in Kemp. So that is a great item, the Emerald Tunic. And here we can heal up. And we can leave it for part 3. So we got Barrick the Bloodless. Until next time, thanks for watching.